Distinguished guests, honored members of the panel, dear colleagues, members of national delegations and of the European Parliament. Thank you for being present in Bucharest at this event intended to bring up for debate the parliamentary dimension of Romania's presidency of the EU Council, agriculture and cohesion, two paramount areas whose regulation in Europe is reflected in the current day of our citizens. We are living in a changing world with many challenges, some on security, some generated by climate change or migration. On the other hand, we are seeing that the financial allocations for the common agricultural policy is rethought in the new multi-annual financial framework. This brings with it risks in terms of the viability of European farms, farmers' income, and last but not least, in terms of the citizens' requirements as to the quality of food, accessibility of food, and impact on the environment. I'm happy to see here that we have members of parliament from 19 EU member states. I don't think that there is any EU policy that brings together at the same time specific needs that are so various and clear, and that at the same time meets the expectations of rural communities and overall society. Thus, it is important for the Romanian presidency of the Council of the European Union to hear your opinions, in particular in your capacity as representatives of the European Union. So your opinions on the budget for the common agricultural policy, the situation of small farmers in the new budget context, or the new digital revolution, as well as on the food chains. Dear guests, in this meeting you'll also have the opportunity to debate, to talk about cohesion from the perspective of ensuring territorial competitiveness, regional development and equal chances. As you probably know, the Romanian presidency of the EU Council bears the motto "Cohesion, a shared European value." From the the perspective of the Romanian presidency of the EU Council, cohesion is an essential prerequisite in sketching the Union's future and in strengthening the citizens' trust in the European project. Romania aims to ensure the cohesion and unity of member states confronted with political, economical and social challenges. At the same time, cohesion is one of the fundamental, the basic values of the European construction, deeply rooted in the collective thinking from the early history of the European Union. Regarding the cohesion policy, we see that it has went through repeated changes in terms of its specific objectives and the instruments for its implementation or budgeting. Today, cohesion policy remains the main investment policy of the European Union, and for Romania, the cohesion policy is a central mechanism in the debate on how to achieve the economic growth objectives, creating new jobs and sustainable development. Dear guests, we cannot imagine how Europe would have looked today unless it were for the valuable contribution of the cohesion policy. It is important for the EU budget to continue to provide the required levers for achieving convergence in all member states. I trust that today's debate and other debates throughout Romania's presidency to the EU Council will continue to improving the awareness of the added value that the cohesion policy generates for the European citizens. On behalf of the Chamber of Deputies, I wish to thank you all for the interest your interest in this event, which is the fourth of a total of 6 conferences Romania is organizing on the parliamentary dimension of the presidency of the EU Council. At the same time, allow me to express my deep My thanks to all the speakers and to you all the participants, for being with us together here in this significant, important meeting for our economy.